The good news, I guess, is that there is a new video on my YouTube that is now the best on the channel. The video of my son hits 300k plus views in under a month, which is kind of weird. So that happened today. Better than the mummy look. Better than the mummy looks. Yeah. Kind of weird. Hey, Nort, thank you for the prime sub. Welcome to the berry bush. Thank you. Yeah, so there's a, I don't know, man. I still don't know how I feel about this video being on my channel. There's a lot of questions here that I need to ask myself. It's is my content, my usual content, that bad? Or is, like, I don't even know anymore, because I put like no effort obviously into the video. I was just throwing it up on there. I needed a video. My son was kind of being cute. That was basically it. I didn't even put a thumbnail on the video. I was wagged on. Alright, another day of video, whatever. And actually, the first day it went on, it was actually like, maybe even worse than usual. Let me get the stats for the video. Like literally the first couple of days, it was just like, you know, a normal video. And literally nothing happened. Let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, I can show you guys on this screen. So this was the trajectory of the video. So this was a month ago, yes, tomorrow, right? The 8th of January, we're on the 7th right now. And literally the first day was pretty normal. Pretty normal viewings. First couple of days, this is normal. So this is about 7k views, and then, you know, usually then it stops, right? And then it goes down. But then it got put on Reddit, and people got kind of triggered by the meme, and also kind of curious, like if a 7-year-old could actually play Yumi, I'm assuming, or something. So it just grew like crazy. I don't know what happened here. I actually legit have no idea what happened here, because the meme happened over here. I have no idea what happened over here. And then it kind of crashed, and then it randomly picked up again. And now it's like steadying, doing alright. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of it. But one thing I will say, some of the comments are both funny and wholesome at the same time. Let me see if I can find some of the like most recent comments on this. Let me see. People said amazing dads, very nice. This one made me chuckle. I don't know what's worse, a Yumi and Master ELO, or letting your kid play League of Legends. Wait, I do know. Do not let your children play League of Legends. So, alright. Alright. I mean, he pressed like the E button a couple of times, alright? Relax. Relax. But some of these comments are kind of funny. So a lot of people getting triggered as well. Some people joining in with the meme as well. Some people were like, but he didn't play, he just speak XD? I mean, yeah, he pressed the button a couple of times, but that was it. I don't know what people were expecting. But my wife was reading the comments as well, and she said she's never really come across the word wholesome, but like this video has it pretty much. Like every comment is like wholesome, wholesome, wholesome. And there's also a lot of like sad comments as well, like people saying like they wish like I was their dad and stuff like that, because like they had bad dads and stuff like that. I can relate. You're an awesome dad. Like, this is like the nicest comment section ever, really, honestly. I love how the rest of his team is sweating blood to win, and this guy over here is just having a fun family time with his son. Pretty much, that was actually the game. It was an incredibly easy game. You know, another wholesome but spelled wrong. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what some of this stuff is. Obviously some sort of like Russian or like Eastern European algorithm picked it up at some point, because I do have a lot of like comments like this a couple of weeks ago. I'm kind of scared to click on the held for review button. Do I press it? I actually haven't pressed this button yet. Okay, we've only got one. Comments that have been, maybe offensive have been hidden. You taught the boy everything. It's not easy to educate a child like this. It's not just about pressing 2 keys. He perceives things very well. Really, congratulations. Wait, that was blocked? Even the blocked comments are nice. What? Wait, what? He edited it though. Maybe it originally had some bad stuff in. Maybe because they're using it. Yeah, but no, it said blocked words. Waterproof it. Do I click this button though? Let me hide the camera. Let me just hide the screen just in case it's super bad. Okay, it's not too bad. It's obvious that his father is playing. You guys are dumb. Alright, we gotta delete that. Gotta delete it. Conspiracy theory. Alright.
Everyone loves wholesome dad content, Bizzle.
Hey, thank you very much. Not sure who you subbed, but I'll check it in a second. Dude, this kid sucks. Rude. Rude. Actually rude. But honestly, it's kind of crazy. I thought people would be like super triggered by it more and stuff. But like, oh my god, my main is getting memed on and stuff. But yeah. Hey Silent, thank you for the 15 months. I don't think they were being serious either with that comment. It felt kind of sarcastic, crappy sarcastic humor. Yeah, nuts. But yeah, I have weird feelings about the video. Like, it's obviously great that it did so well and everyone left so like nice comments and stuff like that. But it was like, it's like at the same time, I remember like watching videos and hearing about videos like 5 years ago where like parents like, shove their kids in front of the camera and just make them make money for them and stuff like that. And I genuinely don't like having my son on stream anyway. Like, if he pops in stream, I'm not gonna like pick him up and like yeet him out of the window. Does anyone remember in lockdown the first kind of like incident where a child coming in? It was that BBC the BBC thing when they were in like, I don't remember, was it in Korea or something? Like this South Korean guy with his wife and the children started coming in and he just like kept like trying to push them out. Like, I don't want to do that. I'll be popular for a different reason. So yeah, I actually literally learned from that. I was just like, okay, if that ever happens, we just put child on lap and then we just like, just run with it a bit, and then once they're like settled, and then just like get them to leave like nicely. And that was basically what I was just doing there, honestly. So I don't know, it's just kind of weird because it's just like, well, I didn't want this to happen, but now it's happened and I don't know how to like overall feel about it. But it's kind of funny because at school we told him that, you're on daddy's YouTube and stuff, and I remember telling him like after a week, like, this video's got 100,000 views, and he was like, wait, what, really? And I was like, well, yeah, you're probably the most viewed 7-year-old to do with League of Legends. And he now kind of thinks he's famous. So, yeah, I mean, it's had 300k views, to be fair. Probably might actually be the most famous 7-year-old to do with League. I think he cheekily told his friends as well. So, yeah. What if he gets recognized on the streets? I doubt he would. Be kind of weird if people would recognize him just from that video, to be honest, I think. Now there will be copycats and a whole industry around the A group and league. Yeah, imagine like Ross Boomsocks just taking like a couple of random kids from the streets, like from their parents. Excuse me, ma'am. Can we use that kid for content? Oh dear. Yeah, I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. Ross, I've got my eye on you. He's got nephews. Oh yeah, just use those then, yeah. Child labor to the max. But on a serious note, like I don't want it to be a thing. I remember he came in, didn't he, yesterday during the Final Fantasy stream. He was like, "Can I play with you like I did with Yumi?" And it's just like, after what happened, might not be a good idea. So yeah, I don't know how to treat it. Does make me a bit more wary to maybe be a bit more careful. Like, I don't want him to, if he's old, like when he's older, when he's like not as cute, when he's like 12, 13, yeah. If you don't upload on YouTube, it's probably fine. Yeah, but like anyway, it's still on stream, so people can still clip it, people can still like spread it around on their Discord or whatever and stuff as well. So at that point, I'd rather have control of the content as opposed to not, because like what could have happened is just like people clip that, and then like the worst case scenario is that people take my VOD, like they have done in the past, put it on YouTube, and essentially then steal my content, so that my son is still on the internet anyway, but then I don't have control over the video, if that makes sense. And plus they also then would be making revenue off that as well. So it's kind of, it's a tough one, honestly. But I think overall I've done a decent job of it, like handling the balance between him being on stream and him not, considering I don't want to like yeet him out every time. Hey Melian, hey chat, I hope everyone's doing alright. I was just talking about my day, the good and the bad news, the TLDR. The bad news is I saw someone nearly break their ankle in a car accident. The good news is that the 7-year-old plays Yumi video on my YouTube account is the most popular video on my channel. So it's been a weird day. And where's Mrs. Berry? She doesn't want to come on stream, like, full stop. I do wonder, like, how much extra, like, stuff that we would be able to do together if she was happy to feel comfortable come on stream. Because she does play games, right? She plays a lot of stuff on the Switch nowadays, but she used to play a lot of WoW and Final Fantasy 14. Just trying to think of some other stuff as well. We used to play like a lot of games together back in the day, and it's partially because we've got a kid now, but also because I stream and I have to kind of stream League. We haven't played games really much together at all for probably about, not properly for, I guess like 7 or 8 years now. But she doesn't want to come on stream or show her face at all on stream because she's a teacher and she doesn't want her students to like be able to recognize me. She already knows that a few of her students know of me and my content, so she's like extremely wary about being on stream and stuff. Yeah, it's Take Two. I would be up for playing that with her. I've already mentioned that, but I wouldn't be able to stream it and stuff as well. But also finding the time, like non-streaming times, like we usually just, by the time I come off stream and it's like what, 8 o'clock UK time, She's already tired anyway because she's had a full day. And she's looked after our son in the evening for a couple of hours as well. Like, we're both knackered. I ain't got energy to game. We just put something on the TV and just, you know, zone out for like an hour and a half. And then go to bed. But hey, share it, everybody. Can I stream it on Discord? I wouldn't want to like. I wouldn't. There would be no point at that point streaming on Discord. You should play with our game. Yeah, I mean we do hang out a lot. Pretty much every evening we hang out for at least like 1 to 2 hours, minimum. It's just that we're both too tired to play video games at that point. Do you know what I mean? I don't really want to be playing video games an hour before bed or just before going to bed either because of the adrenaline and stuff. Anyway, I'd rather just tune out. So yeah, there's just there hasn't really been much time to play games with her, honestly, because you know one of us is usually looking after Sam. You know, she works full time. I work basically 2 full-time jobs. Yeah, there just isn't any time anymore like these days. Like if she was able to come on stream, we could have maybe have like done a few things on stream with her. But yeah, it just hasn't really been much of a possibility, and I think she's also kind of gone off gaming a bit as well, honestly. So she's been happy like playing. She was happy playing Pokemon on the Switch last night for a bit, but she's definitely not as. She wasn't hardcore before, but she's definitely not as like gamer active as she used to be either. Like she isn't winning. She isn't showing that much interest in stuff. Dad likes to have football nights for the family binding and stuff. Yeah, we do hang out as a family, but usually it's revolved around Sam rather than, or Mini Bizzle should I say, rather than us as a couple when we're together, like, because you know, we do couple stuff in the evening anyway. So it's just like a portion of our lives that we've kind of missed out on. Well, we've stopped doing, but replaced it with other stuff. So it's not like we're like not spending time with each other at all or anything like that, because we spend, as I said, like an hour and a half, 2 hours every evening together. But yeah, I mean, gaming is a big time commitment most of the time anyway, especially if you're playing something like an MMO. Have you ever revealed my real name on a mistake? Oh, some people do know my real name. I don't think only a couple of people know my full name. I mean, you guys know my first name at least anyway, right? It's Bizzle. Right? I'm sure you can work out the rest. And yes, Corvus, couple stuff in the evening, eh? Yes. Funny enough, I have a child. That does mean I have had sex at least one time, Corvus. You proud of me? I don't know, man. Oh my god, my streamer has had sexual intercourse? I know, celebrated with a cake and everything. Best 10 seconds of my life. Pog. Right. What is the theme for today? It is leak. There's a couple of things I want to briefly discuss with you guys. Alright, Proxy, take care. One thing is, tomorrow I need to do guide things. But I also need to make a Renata guide. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing for tomorrow's guide. Whether it's going to be doing Renata stuff, or if it's going to be doing a champion that we already know, like Senna, for example. Question number 2 is, do I play Lost Ark tomorrow? Is anyone in chat going to be playing Lost Ark? I don't know if I want to commit to another game where it might be crap, and B, I probably won't be able to make much content about it. I think if it wasn't for my job, I would do it. And then it's like last year there was like the whole New World stuff, and I played that for a month and kind of regretted it, and I kind of don't want to be in the same boat as last time. So do I take it safe and just ignore the game even coming out in the first place, or do I just play it because I've played a crap ton of MMOs and enjoy playing MMOs? You should do it, Bizzle. You got to do what you want to do. Well, the problem is right now is that we've got Renata coming out next week, right? Okay, so from a business point of view, it's like, it seems almost career suicide to play this game. But I do want to try it, but I don't know, man. Hey Nobel, thank you for the prime sub, welcome to the Berry Bush. Why do I regret New World? Just because the content was just kind of extremely samey, reused assets and stuff. It was like, it just, I don't know, like it seemed decent, but at the same time it kind of like just felt crap to play. I don't know. You don't need to rush, or I know, but the problem is when I play MMORPGs, when they come out, I'm like, I try and soak up the content as much as possible, and then if I like it, I end up like doing a lot of the end game stuff. But that's gonna take a lot of my time to do, when I could be doing proactive content making stuff. So yeah, I mean, everyone always says, I know they're trying to be nice and stuff. I know, but people want to see a streamer enjoying himself, right? Not playing a game he is disliking. But I don't dislike playing League though. That's not the question. It's like, you know, I have a moderate amount of like for League. I might enjoy Lost Ark more if I play that. But with so many things coming out in League right now, I think my brain is telling me just to stream League and ignore that the new game coming out. But my heart wants to play the new game. It's really difficult. I think I should end up ignoring Lost Ark, but it's like, I want to play. And I won't be able to play in the evening either, because as I mentioned, I hang out with my wife in the evening, and I don't want to neglect my wife. So it's like, it sucks being an adult, man. I think yeah, this is helping me talk it out and come to the realization that I probably won't be able to play Lost Ark. Man. Yeah, it's just too much stuff. Like I got Renata to worry about next week. Man.
Ether live and gifted a tier 1 sub to Heyoku_lol.
Hey Ether, thank you for the gifted sub, much appreciated, thank you very much. Just play both at the same time, or play Yumi and then just have the Lost Ark up at the same time. Do a big Ark stream once or 2 times a week and then the rest League content. Yeah, but then it just feels kind of pointless, like half-assing it at the same time. I don't know. Because the problem is right now, is that now we have sponsorships on the channel, right? Which is overwhelmingly a good thing. Is that I don't want to be like, oh yeah, this is what my normal viewership is, and then play Lost Ark and then get like 50 viewers or something. for a couple of weeks, and then they'll be like, "Wait, what are you doing? You're not streaming League. This is what we're paying you for." Yeah, I have to play League. I have to be an adult and play League. Can you play, for example, 1 day a week in the other game? Yeah, but then that's, yeah, I mean, that could be a valid option. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I can't play Lost Ark, it's not gonna work. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I need to just to like talk it out and just hear myself say it and come to acknowledge that I can't play Lost Ark. Man, oh man. Yeah, I don't. But the thing is, I don't want to make the same mistake as last year of playing New World and playing it on stream a lot, and then honestly, it was like double. It was double bad because it was like, people were interested in the game at the start, and then everyone fell off because the game was actually kind of crap, and then it was just like, it was kind of hard, honestly, to rebuild the League stuff again. Yeah, I can't risk Lost Ark being absolutely dog.
Hey Oka_lol gifted a tier 1 sub to Orion 1010.
Hey Oka, thank you for giving another sub. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Everyone in the mom plans to stream Lost Ark? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if it was a sponsored stream, obviously I would do it. But, because, you know, then it would be business. But I don't think I can do any pleasure on stream. I mean, that sounds very not safe for work, but I don't think I'm in a position at the moment to do that much pleasure on stream. I've got a good thing going on at the moment doing the League stuff, and I shouldn't just throw it away. And it's not like I'm not enjoying playing League. I mean, obviously sometimes we have bad games and it's stressful or whatever, but on the whole, I'm happy with playing League and stuff at the moment anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I probably will end up doing that demon. I'm sure I'll probably play it a little bit off stream and things like that. I don't think I'll ever be able to stream it. Maybe I don't know. I have to figure that one out. Difference with Lost Ark is that it's not a new game as such. Yeah, as people were mentioning already, it's already been out. It's kind of like Black Desert Online, how a lot of the contents already was out in Korea, and then they slowly like bring it out over time, but at a slightly faster pace, I'm assuming, to what it currently is at the moment. Can't you do coaching, etc. to diversify your League content? I've already tried doing that and it doesn't work for me, at least anyway. I know there's a few content creators that do really well doing coaching stuff, but I think the difference is that they like, coaching is their whole thing, right? Like Nice, for example, his whole thing is like coaching. Whereas my whole thing isn't coaching. I used to try and make some coaching content as well, and for me, the discovery on those videos are pretty bad. And I think that the issue that I had, that I seemed to have a problem translating over, was just because it's a coaching session of a different player, you're probably making 80%, if not more, of the same mistakes. And a lot of it just came down to basically repeating myself. So yeah. He loses a lot of money also streaming it because people can just watch it and get free coaching. Who does? Because I know Nice charges like, I honestly think is a little bit too high personally, but it's like what, $200 an hour or something mental. Like I couldn't imagine charging viewers that amount of money for coaching, honestly. I mean, he's sort of 250. Jesus. People pay it as well. That's the crazy thing. And obviously, like, if you're in that high demand, I guess, which he probably is, then you can charge what you like. But I just find it crazy that people would be willing to spend that amount of money to get coached, when you can probably pay someone super professional that's worked in gaming organizations and stuff like that that would coach you for like a fifth or sixth of the price, but they're just not influencer famous. I used to charge for coaching sessions, but I honestly felt bad. I literally felt too yuck taking people's money like that. Like, I was like, I remember taking like $50 for an hour coaching, and I felt really crap about it. I mean, honestly, I would probably be charging, if I did a private coaching session, for it to be worth my time now, to do a whole hour out of my usual schedule, it would probably be like about 150-ish, honestly. I just don't have any time these days. But like, I could never imagine myself taking $150 from someone just for an hour coaching. Like, it just seems way too ridiculous. But the funny thing is, as well, is that well, I used to do all this stuff anyway, right? I used to do coaching sessions on stream. I used to do a lot of free coaching stuff as well for people, and put them up on YouTube videos and stuff. But the YouTube videos did really badly. A lot of people weren't really that interested, honestly, in the coaching sessions. They just would rather watch gameplay and like learn from me playing the game. So yeah. I don't think I'll ever probably do the coaching stuff again, honestly. It just, as I said, I've tried, I literally tried it for like twice over the period of 2 years, and it just wasn't worth it. Do you have any tips for people that want to start streaming and make profit from their content? Well, I mean, first you got to start streaming before you're worrying about the profit, right? When I did this, I think if you speak to the majority of streaming, I'm not saying you can't like stream and have the mindset of making money, but I think that will A, make your job a lot harder if you're already going into that mindset, and B, a lot of the streamers on the platform had no intention of making money before making money. I would say even now, even with 1,000 subs, over 1,000 subs on Twitch now. Hey Mickey.
I always watch on YouTube, but want to show my support here as well. I watch every video on YouTube less than 3.
Well, thank you for watching every video. Thank you for the 7 months, Mick. Much appreciated. What was I saying? Yeah, so even with 1,100 subs on Twitch, like Twitch alone, right? So we're talking about streaming, only streaming. If you really equate to it, if you have, say, let's just say you've got 1,000 subs on Twitch, right? Times that by $2.5, that's $2,500 roughly, right? That you're making every single month from streaming. But like, A, you got to get to that point, B, you need to maintain it, and C, is completely RNG whether or not you can maintain that or not. I guess it can help, like, depending on your type of content. Like, some people, I'm very fortunate that we're in a semi-stable situation with the sub count, where it's not like one person giving like 500 subs, and then it's like the rest is like some people give subs and stuff like that. It's like generally across the board, no one here is like a mega donator and stuff like that. Because you'll see in some channels that have like 100-ish concurrent viewers, right? You'll have like the particularly how do we call these type of users? I don't know. The they're just ultra fanatical fans of their streamer, right? They they don't, well, Wales, I want to say like Wales, but it's not like appropriate for streaming, I don't think. But a lot of streamers in the 100 count have 1 or 2 people like that, where they have massive donators, right? But how stable is that? What if the person gets bored of your content? Then you're then pretty much like 60, 70, if not more % of your entire living is just gone just like that, just because one person just lost interest in your content. Also, if you're a streamer that has that kind of person in your stream as well, you are like fan servicing for them a lot. And I'm sure in a couple of cases, there's probably some form of exploitation going on there as well, in terms of like, you know, off-stream services potentially and stuff like that. So you need to be very, very careful. So streaming for profit is extremely difficult. Even if you hit, a lot of people seem to think when you hit affiliate as well, it's like, okay, I've made it. I'm gonna start, you know, making this a full-time thing. Even when you hit Twitch partner, it's not necessarily full-timeable. I would say in the majority of cases it's not. If you looked at the leaks on the financial stuff, I felt I was ridiculously high up for the amount of money I was earning on the platform, honestly. I was like, what, ranked 2000 and something? I can't remember the number. But I couldn't believe that I was like that high up compared to every single partner streamer on the platform. Like I thought, like if I had to take a random guess, I would assume like I was like 40,000th or something. I didn't realize so many streamers were making so little on the platform overall. That was kind of like the biggest eye opener. That a lot of streamers are streaming the same amount I am. They don't have a YouTube, so they're not making money from YouTube. They might, you know, their financial situation is probably super stretched. They probably quit their job and stuff. So if you want to stream for money, you can go for it, but I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. It's one of the worst jobs for money security that you could probably do, because you literally just completely relying on the generosity of strangers. And the ad revenue on Twitch is pretty bad, so you can't even rely on that, even if you do get in the viewers. Whereas on YouTube, you can kind of rely on that a little bit more. But last year, 2 years ago, was it last year, 2 years ago, during the pandemic, there was like 5 days where I earned like 1p a day randomly. And I thought that was it. I thought my channel was like adpocalypsed or something. Contact YouTube wondering what the hell was going on. They were like, oh, it's normal. Then after like 5 days, I started like earning like my average, which is around about like 30-ish pounds a day on that. But that income was suddenly just like disappeared. So even on like YouTube, you're not necessarily safe either. So yeah. So back to the original question. Any tips for new streamers that want to make a profit from streaming? Don't. Don't. It's just not worth it. If you want to do streaming for fun, to meet new people, and all that kind of stuff, 10 out of 10, right? It saved my social mental because I don't talk to people outside of stream, and it's definitely helped my social anxiety for sure. But do not stream for money. It's incredibly difficult and brutal.
Tier 1 sub to Boom Boom 1991993U28382.
Hey Them, thank you for the gift of sub. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Seems like you really just make YouTube and Twitch money. So my income right now, as of right now today, the 2 sponsorships that we've done so far, so we've got the ongoing sponsorship, monthly sponsorship, the Final Fantasy sponsorship, that has equated more than my Twitch salary for a month. So I hope that kind of like puts into perspective of like the financial side of things. That's like how little even people my size make on the Twitch platform. And you got to put a lot of hours in, and you got to put a lot of competition in. You're going to be dealing with, I mean, there's a lot of positives to streaming, like, you know, talking, making friends, and, you know, I say making friends loosely because I don't want like parasocial conversations and stuff. Interacting with a lot of new people. Ideally, you're networking with other streamers and making actual friends through that. But the amount of garbage that you have to go through and drama and people like, particularly, honestly, low view account streamers, a lot of them are super toxic, right? Because they feel like they're kind of like the league players and how naive they are at stuff. They think that their content is good, and they think that if they just get one host from a popular streamer, that's it. They make it. They've made it, right? They're gonna get the viewers, and then they'll pop off, and then, you know, then they've got a full-time job, right? Because they see how amazing their content is. 99.9% of people that are a 1 to 2 view account are that low because of a whole range of different issues that are, you know, sometimes it's more than one of these type of issues, like from not talking on stream, like not even looking interested in the game they're playing or what they're even doing. They just have like generally just a horrible bad quality stream and stuff like that, and entitlement issues. That's from my experience from like going through from being that kind of view count and stuff. And they're also just streaming at the most random times as well. They just flick on their stream randomly, no schedule. So like, even if they did have any following whatsoever, it's just like, you don't know when they're going to be online anyway. So it's just if they're randomly on your follow list on Twitch. But if you're a person on Twitch that has like more than like 10 streams followed, you're not going to know that they're live because they'll be like under the highest view count stuff as well. Honestly, like if you are a 10 view account streamer or under and you've been streaming on the platform for a couple of months, I urge you just to spend some time and just watch your own VODs and think what you could do better. It's literally like League. It's like people don't watch their own their own gameplay in the replays and see, oh yeah, I made this mistake, you know, I shouldn't do that. It's the exact same thing in streaming. People don't watch their own VODs. They don't realize like, oh, my microphone is actually like completely busted. I might need to like getting into a new one or sorting out some of the settings and stuff. Oh, my webcam looks like, you know, ass, or like isn't lighted properly and stuff like that. Like you don't even necessarily even need a webcam. Like sometimes people just don't realize they're not talking at all for an entire gameplay. They literally just sat here like this for like 45 minutes like this. But that is just that constantly for 45. There's so many streamers that do that. Like at that point, what is the point in streaming anyway? I don't understand why people bother streaming when they just do that. But what is actually the point? I don't get it. You're a stay-at-home mom and it's been very lonely. I would love to make friends online and to help with my social anxiety. That's exactly why I started streaming. I was a stay-at-home dad for 2 years, and the only people that I spoke to were mums. I think it's got better over the last 5 years or so, but even 7-8 years ago, it was just like everyone was just mums, and it was just me, the dad. And I had nothing in interest with the mums. They would talk about, you know, women issues and stuff, and I'd be like, I'm just gonna stand over here because I don't want to invade privacy or whatever. Like all the things that they're talking about, like expressing milk and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I should probably step away from this. And so, yeah, my only interaction was like very small talk with other mums, or it was like, you know, my son. I was going mental, honestly. Like mentally, it was, you know, I love my son. I'm really proud of how I brought him up for those, so basically solely for those first couple of years. But like, I was going nuts, and I was like to my wife, I have to do something. Like, I need a job or something just to, A, I think we need more money anyway coming in, and B, it was just like, I need social interaction. And it was just like, well, looking for a job right now isn't exactly the easiest thing to do because my qualifications are garbage, right? So what it came down to is my qualifications were garbage, are garbage. The best I could do was earn near minimum wage in a supermarket, right? But if I was to do that, we didn't really have any family nearby. I definitely don't. And having someone look after my son would have cost as much, if not more money. Like him going to, like, what do they call them? Like baby care centers? I don't know what the hell they're called, right? Daycare centers, yeah. Like the cost of that would have been, it wouldn't have been worth it, right? I would rather look after my son and do it myself rather than relying on other people. But then I was like, okay, well, if I do streaming, because I did some of it back in the past. I used to stream on a couple of other websites and paid league and stuff. But I stopped just because I had my son, and you know, it just came into I just accidentally fell into this job, really, honestly, and it just kind of lucky that, you know, it worked out. I was just like, you know, if I stream for a bit and see how it goes, maybe I'll earn some like extra small change on the side, and you know, like then I can still have my own kind of hours to help look after my son. So I ended up like streaming in the evenings, like for 3 hours, like for about three to 4 days a week. I'd stream for like 2 or 3 hours. Honestly, that's just how it started. I just ended up, you know, making some money from that, and it was just like, okay, well, obviously now I'm making like, you know, £500 extra a month, and I get to look after my son, and I'm staying at home, I'm talking to people, and you know, I'm not having to spend money on childcare. So it's just like, it was just win-win. Do you know what I mean? There was like no bad thing of it, and it just so happens here we are today. I mean, as my son got older, things got easier. Then he went to like, you know, primary school, and then you don't have to pay for that. So it meant I could stream more hours. So everything just kind of just slowly like fell into place. But so even though like I came into this job not really coming into it like, you know, for profit, it at the same time it kind of was in a way indirectly. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's like probably like the limit to the mindset of like going into streaming like for profit, really. So if it's something that you can, if streaming is something that you can do on the side of your full-time job or whatever you're doing for work, and you want to have that social interaction, you want to talk to people, do it, try it. You should always try something and take a little risk of wasting your time rather than not, if that's something that you're curious of doing. But whatever you do, like, try and self-evaluate what you're doing. It's just the same with anything in life. Self-evaluate what you're doing in your streaming. Watch your streams, and if you are going to stream, please don't be many of the people that just going to sit there just looking blankly into the abyss and not even talking, even if there's nobody in your chat. I remember like the times where there was nobody in my chat and I would just talk, like even just the team fights, just like thinking, oh yeah, you could have done this better, you know, the blah 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 blah. And I treated it almost like a radio station rather than as a visual broadcast. Like, that's the best thing I can recommend, like in terms of the mindset. Treat streaming as a radio broadcast. If you have dead air, it's bad. I hate AFKing for 2-3 minutes because people will leave because it's dead air. So just keep talking. Or do silly things on the stream when you're not talking, or whatever. So yeah. I mean, it's even times in our chat, like sometimes, you know, we're not the most active Twitch chat on the platform. We're relatively pretty chill. And there's times where like I have to make up content on the fly and talk about all sorts of kind of strange stuff, right? But I know there's probably people in the chat thinking about streaming or are small streamers and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know how it ended up in that kind of weird rant, but I hope that helps some people. Jars, yeah. Or show boobs. What, my boobs? I mean, obviously there are some content that can require less effort, but let's not go down that route. To be honest, you hate fast chats. I'm not keen on them either. I know exactly what you mean. It's all makeup tutorial when. I mean, I wouldn't want to break your immersion by seeing what I look like without makeup. I streamed Hearthstone a few days in a row a few years ago. One of my IRL friends texted me and said, dude, you should respond to your chat, and I randomly had like 40 viewers and I had no idea. I didn't even have the chat window open. Yeah, stuff like that. Like so we all make mistakes when streaming, alright? I think making mistakes is fine. It's all the learning process or whatever, but it's just like, how quickly can you identify the mistakes and not repeat them? Once again, everything is literally like League. Identify mistakes, identify that they're your mistakes, and fix them as quickly as possible, right? Did I use my original voice when I streamed League? Yeah, I did. That's why I was a small streamer back then. But yeah, I was just trying to think of like mistakes that I made when streaming. Man, I can't think of any. I'm perfect. My mistake was, I remember when I was very small and I had like 5 viewers or whatever, and another kind of streamer outreached to me. He was like 15 viewers or whatever, and he was like way more toxic, and I remember hanging out with him a lot. Just thinking like, oh wow, he's more popular than me. I must like, you know, learn some things from him and stuff. And then he swore a lot on stream. I used to not really stream on my stream. I didn't swear much on my stream anyway. I started hanging out with this person and I started swearing constantly. And I realized like, oh wow, this guy's actually like making me like hate my own content. So it's just like I had to then just like eradicate like being with him and like his viewers and stuff like that, and I had to like cut it off, like cut the cords quite straight away because I didn't like where my content was going. Like it wasn't like toxic. I wasn't like being toxic. It was just like I was swearing. It got to the point where I was swearing every other sentence, and I hate streamers that do that. And I was hating my, like when I watched my VOD back, I was like, yeah, I don't like this. I really, no one wants to watch this. Like every sentence that's like effing this and then like that, like just like really low IQ effort way of talking. So that's why I don't swear. Like I don't mind swearing at all. When I'm duo with someone, I don't mind if they swear. I have no problem with swearing in general, as long as it's not like, you know, targeted towards a particular person or anything like that. It's just, I think that swearing on particularly a broadcast, it's much more impactful if the streamer swears during like a pinnacle moment and you're like, wow, okay, he actually swore at this moment, it must have been a big deal, rather than like it just being the same crap. Does that make sense? I think it also gets fun to be a bit more creative about, or when you don't have the swear words at your disposal, you have to think of other things as well. So yeah, I swear a lot off stream though. Like as soon as I'm off stream, I'm like, FJAR gets £10. What's the playlist I'm listening to? It's the Riot Games Creator Safe playlist. I used to watch T1, but I stopped because he was too toxic. I mean, okay, so I don't really want to talk about the other streamers too much, but I'll say like there's a place for T1's content. It's people might find it strange because they see my content, but I actually have some admiration for him as a streamer, right? I think him as a League player and the things he's done in League obviously are indefensible, right? Like, if you've seen the things he used to say to people and the things he did in his ranked games and stuff, he legit shouldn't be playing League right now. Riot should have kept the permaban on 100%, right? But as a streamer, he has his own value of entertainment to a particular audience, and he obviously is extremely successful in what he does. And he is the best at it, right? He has finessed what, and he knows what his audience wants to that kind of people, right? So as a streamer and as an entertainer, I can respect him for that, okay? But for the things he's done in the past are indefensible and extremely toxic. And if I had a teammate like him in my games, I haven't watched his content for a really long time properly. I popped in every now and then, like I know he's on this support challenge right now, but I haven't really paid that much attention to it. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else to add really, is there? He's just kind of lucky that Riot let him off the hook, and he had such a dedicated audience, honestly. If he didn't have such a dedicated audience in the first place, then he wouldn't be allowed to play League. But I think he does variety content pretty well, though. I remember seeing a couple of clips that he used to do in the past, so it's not like if he didn't have League, he wouldn't have done well as a streamer anyway. Because I know his variety content was quite good when he was doing stuff with a couple of other streamers in like PUBG or Armor and stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah, he is a good streamer for sure, 100%. I just obviously, like people in the chat, disapprove of sometimes the things he does in his games, which I think is absolutely fine to say and call out on, honestly. So yeah, I don't even know how we got to talking about T1, but hey. And also, he's a very good player as well. You got to give credit to that. Like, he's been challenger now. He'll get challenger on support. So he's a good player. He's an entertaining streamer if you like the kind of hype, trashy, like kind of like flaming teammates kind of stuff. There's always going to be an audience for that, particularly with like the age 13 to 15 range, which is the biggest audience on Twitch anyway. So if you're into that kind of stuff anyway, then you know T1 is going to be the one that you're going to watch for that. No one else can really compare. And hey, Freeway Cutter, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Berry Bush. Thank you. Hey, Coffee, welcome to the live stream. Thank you. Hey, Mixed Habit. And hey, everyone that's just popped in. Yeah, I don't know how we ended up talking about all the different things to do with streaming and stuff. It was basically like a just chatting segment, wasn't it, really? But we'll jump into game very shortly. I like your stream, you're chill. Yeah, thank you. And I mean, you know, I feel like I do what I do quite well now. Like, only really, honestly, this last month, I feel like, you know, I feel like I'm actually good at this job now, or like decently good job. I feel like I'm doing all right now. I remember like saying maybe even like as early as December-ish, I felt like, you know, I don't feel like an entertainer, but more and more these days I'm feeling more of an entertainer as opposed to just some dude who just plays League. So thank you for making me feel good about myself, chat. Thank you. So is the future looking good for you, Biz, or you think you're making some basic changes? Well, recently we had some experimentation on the YouTube channel. We tried an edited video and that didn't do very well, let's be honest. I don't think it was solely the editor's fault. I know people said he had harsh edits. And it's kind of the expectation I had anyway with the reaction, but people just didn't like the edited content. People came and watched my content on YouTube in the first place because it wasn't edited. Some people just like the full gameplay videos. And introducing an edited video to a community that doesn't particularly watch edited content was destined to probably not work anyway. If you want to check out that video, the only way you can have access to it is if you are on Discord and go into the Bizzleberry video section and click it through there. I believe it's just unlisted, not private. And hey Zit, welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much. Yeah, having edited content on the is something that, once again, okay, so everything I feel like I'm doing is off meta. Like the meta on Twitch is to be loud, hilarious, funny, and outrageous, right? We don't do that here. On YouTube, the meta for view count is edited, hyped stuff, cut down videos. We don't do that over there either. So it feels like part of me kind of wants to break into the meta in order to, honestly, at the end of the day, make a living from it, right? But my content isn't that, and I understand that I can't make my content into meta content because they're just two separate entities. Does that make sense? I've got my niche, exactly. I'm glad I made the video, got him to make the video, because I just needed like actual confirmation that that was the case. I actually had a email from another editor saying, can I edit your video? And I had to like just say no. So for the time being, at least anyway, for the foreseeable future, we will not have edited content on YouTube. And if it is edited, it's just because I did an oopsie, and that's why it's been edited out, like in a guide or something. So we're keeping the niche as it is, and I'm happy with it. And I think having an editor, and honestly, at least at the start, trying to like micromanage what they do in order terms of like, you know, checking the video and going, no, this is okay, this isn't okay. It was honestly like taking too much of my time anyway. And also I would have to pay them as well. Funny that, you have to pay people to do things. In this day and age, can't just give them exposure. So that was like also like, you know, people didn't like it. I was gonna lose money. 0 point doing it. The other option I did kind of think of was having a second YouTube channel with edited support stuff and stuff like that. And I think over time, stuff on that might have been okay. The problem is, if it ended up doing roughly the same well as my current channel and they came over to Twitch, that type of demographic audience is going to be much younger, much edgier, and the Twitch chat will then have half of it will be chill people and half of it would be cringy kids, hypothetically speaking, right? And then that would be like the other concern. So for now, in terms of like edited content, the only place you're going to see that or like clips and things like that is on TikTok, where it's just like a gameplay clip. Like this big play happened. Like I recently put like the center triple kill that I had the other day up onto the TikTok. That's done alright. That's the kind of stuff. Like that quick kind of like, you know, video is going to be on TikTok. That's it, basically. You do TikTok? Yeah, I need to make a TikTok banner in the bottom left hand corner. And hey, really, thank you, by the way, for your comment. I think audience doesn't want edited videos, but if you started doing it, I think you will find new people who will watch you. Yeah, and that's the thing. I will get new people that will watch me. I can't say how many people, but I will lose viewers that I have that I like already. Right? I'm not willing to lose potentially a decent chunk of my current audience and replace it with 2 times the amount of edgy cringer kids. You like short clips on Instagram though? Yeah, I've been realizing that today, actually. This morning I thought, yeah, I really should probably put more things on Instagram. So yeah, I need to do that. You're right. It's been like an hour and 20 minutes. I haven't played any League. Someone did a survey on demographics of different roles in NA, and apparently support mains tend to be older, while AD carry mains tend to be younger. Support community, from my experience with the chill content, average age is early to mid-20s. The percentage of people in the chat that are women is massive, actually. I think for a male streamer that has that large demographic of women in the chat, and honestly, like, you know, like trans and stuff as well, and gay, lesbian, you know, we have a lot of diversity in our viewership, I'd say, compared to other streamers, which I'm pretty proud of. So the fact that, you know, if you look at some of the other streamers, you can tell that they're generally edgy young men, kids. But from my interactions with the community and when we've been doing games and stuff, there's been a lot of people that are just, you know, varied. It's not just 15-year-old dudes. So yeah, it's been kind of, yeah, it's been kind of nice, honestly, on how many different people are here. So yeah. Us women love video games too? Women play video games? No way. That is crazy. But yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy.